Hello, Taurus, bovine babies. Welcome to your reading with me, Sunday, Taurus. We're going to get into the archetype deck and we're going to ask about you, your friend, and your foe this week. Because I am introducing or I'm asking for three separate energies in this reading, it is possible that your energy could be moved into one of these other categories. So be aware of that. For the most part, though, I am asking you are going to be the first row, your friend is going to be the second row, and your foe is going to be the third row. There is also possibility that these energies could come through in terms of your friend energy could be, you know, this is the best thing for you. This is the best energy. It's for your highest good if you focus on using this type of energy. And the foe could be, this is not the energy that is ideal for you at this time. I am asking for three separate entities, though. So that is my intention in this reading. And we are going to get ready. Taurus. All right, Taurus. Taurus. Your energy, your friend's energy, and your foe. Taurus, your energy is reversed. You have guide in the shadow. Places financial gain and control over imparting spiritual insights. That's interesting. This is funny because this is the energy that came, this is the exact card that came out in this exact position when I did the collective, when I did like the live collective. So there might be, I don't know, I need to get more information out of this, right? Like why you have this, but maybe there is something going on here. Maybe you got a legitimate reason. Maybe there, because to me, this could be too, like this is someone who could be a financial advisor and somebody might be trying to get free financial advice from you. You're like, no, just, you know, call this number, make an appointment, and then we can sit down and I can give you 20 minutes free. And then after, I don't know, right? Because you're not going to impart any insight here. Maybe it is spiritual, but you're not going to give away any insight without receiving something for it. Okay. Your friend's energy is also in the reverse. Your friend is a mediator in the shadow, negotiating with an ulterior motive or hidden agenda, either personally or professionally. What is going on? What am I picking up on here? Picking up on like some really crazy energy. But let's see where this goes. Okay, so that's interesting because the foe is in the upright. The foe is in the upright. Midas in the light. Entrepreneurial or creative ability to turn anything to gold. Delight in sharing life's riches. Wow, what is going on with it? You saw me shuffle this. I did not stack this deck. What this is. Because this is literally like the friend, the foe is coming up as someone who has an ability to turn things into maybe lucrative projects in life. When they are feeling like this lucrative energy, they share it. They share with it. I can tell you right now, you and your friend, you got something going on here. You're like, yeah, I'm not going to give anybody anything without them paying me first. And then your friend is, fuck, it's almost like setting people, this almost feels like a scam. That's how this feels. This feels like a scam to me. Who is coming? Maybe there's some naughty people been coming to the channel lately. They do. Spirit wants to talk to them because the friend has an ulterior motive here and a hidden agenda. And this is for them personally or professionally. Unless maybe your friend, maybe your friend is doing this to you. And that's why you're like, I'm not giving you nothing for free. What's a foe? Maybe the foe is somebody that you should get to know. You're like, I need new friends, Cindy. Oh, maybe. That could explain why, well, it might explain to me why one of you is reacting the way you are. Unless you're both in on something. I don't know. Okay, so now we're going to look at motives. So now we're going to look at motives here. What your motives are, what your motives are directed towards, and then the same for the friend and the foe. Okay, I'm not looking at the deck because, yeah, you can. So what? Taurus's motives. What the fucking reverse? What is going on here? Seeker in the shadow. Inability to commit to a path once found. But it's also like thirst for wisdom and truth wherever they are. So, you know, I'm not going to look for where the truth is. Your motives. Maybe you don't want someone to see the truth. Because that's the other thing I get with this guide card in the shadow. And this is how it came across to me, like in the collective that came out quite a few days ago, was I will only share information with you that's truthful if I'm going to get something out of it. Like, it was a very sneaky kind of energy where I'll share information with you without, you know, asking for anything in return, but it won't be true. It won't be true. Like, it won't be true. It was really kind of like a little bit manipulative. So, okay. Your motives are directed towards poet in the shadow. Turns a lyric gift to negative or destructive effect. What in the heck? Oh, I'm going to need a second with this one. I might even need to pause the video to really sit and look at this. Okay. Well, your friend's motives are in the upright. Servant in the light. Delight in serving others with a free and loving heart. What their motives are directed towards is in the reverse. Trickster in the shadow. Manipulating others through duplicity. Yeah, what's good for me is good for me, but it doesn't have to be good for you too. What is going on, no? It's curious that the friend's motives... Oh, boy. Either, okay, there's two things going on. There's one of two things I feel like going on here. Either you have someone who is a friend and they're really not your friend. And this person is trying, and I think you know that. Okay, I'm going to say that. If the first way that I see this, the way I'm going to just describe it, you're going to know that. And that's partly why I see your energy the way it is. Okay, so it's like there's a friend here who wants something, and they may be between you and someone else here, or it's just, you know, just in terms of how this person negotiates through life, or in the situation they find themselves, they do have a hidden agenda. This person is probably going to benefit in some way on a personal or a professional level. They want to manipulate others, right? And it is through duplicity. So it's kind of like saying, well, yeah, this is the kind of person where it's okay if I manipulate you, but I certainly don't expect you to manipulate me. That's not fair. I can do this, but you can't do that, right? Like, it's okay for them to do something like this, but they would get pretty upset if somebody turned the tables on them. And this, I feel like the servant, okay, I'm using my discernment here. I'm not just going to take it sort of on face value without considering everything around it, because that's actually not really holistic. So I am going to consider that this card here is the motive is they might be trying to do something here with a free and loving heart, and it might come across that way. But at the end of the day, it's to manipulate, because there's something here that they want. Like, they have a personal private agenda that they're hiding. So I could see why this could, like, you may not be telling this person the truth because of that. You might be thinking, or you might be feeling like, okay, right? You may be deciding you don't want to commit to this path, or you're feeling like this person is being kind of wishy-washy with you. You could be turning something that would otherwise be very positive into something negative. One of the ways that this is coming through to me, like, if this was, let's say, like a business deal or proposition, and someone was coming towards you to buy your business or to invest in your business in some way, And this person is like, I just want to help. I just want to do this in the best way so that I can help, okay? So that I can help here. They want to help themselves, for one thing. That's who they want to help themselves with. And if there was something that you had that is very positive, okay? Something that is very positive, and whatever it could be, you know, I don't know the details. There's no tarot here, but like it even comes across like even like music or something. You know, with the poet turning a lyric gift to negative or destructive effect. It's almost like self-destructing something, or you indicating that you may do that instead of allowing someone else to get a hold of it and manipulate it for their own purpose. I know, okay, so that was a lot of detail in what I saw as one of the possibilities in this. And actually, it's sort of taken over. What the hell was the second one? I don't know, it's gone. So maybe that was the whole point, was just focus on that one. This person and my friend. So the foe, the freaking foe, the foe's motives are in the upright, knight, light, loyalty, romance, chivalry, and love of honor. And the foe's motives are directed towards a healer in the shadow, taking advantage of those who need help, failing to care for oneself. Okay, well, there's something like that going on. Okay, the foe wants to share here. This is so interesting, right? I remember what I said. You could be in any one of these spots. I think it's important, though, as we take on these readings, like when we sit and we listen to them, that we don't automatically just say, oh, no, I don't do bad things. I'm over here, right? Because we don't learn anything about ourselves, and we don't see who we are and what we're doing outside of the box if we just immediately do that, right? Because the foe is someone who delights in sharing things with other people. Their motives come from their heart and honor. Maybe they even have sort of like romantic notions that they could make things better in some way. And they're directing that motive towards someone who is not healing themselves and isn't healing other people. They're directing that towards someone who's taking advantage of others who actually need help, and then also failing to care for themselves. But this, okay, well, maybe that's why it's the foe. Because this is a card that is kind of like romanticizing something. It is to some degree romanticizing something. And it could also be someone who thinks, well, because I'm kind, everybody else is kind. You just need to give them a chance. You just need to be kind with them. And that will make this person behave better. And that is probably not the best approach. So I don't know if there's also something going on here where the foe could be appearing as someone enabling you. And I'm saying you because I'm just going to stick with this, right? You guys do what you need to do with this reading, but because the foe could be enabling, or the foe could have some sort of like dreamy fantasy about how things could be better. And that's not helping anybody, because I can see here like this. So placing financial gain and control over imparting spiritual insight. You may, okay, now you could also feel like you are being controlled by something around you. You might feel like that there is something, well, and I mean, it just could be your job. Honestly, really? Like, it could be that too. Like, it could be that you have to prioritize your work over some sort of spiritual insight for yourself, or taking some spiritual time here for yourself. You may also be feeling like, I don't know, you could be feeling like the system is taking advantage of you in some way. And because of that, you're not open to sharing yourself. Right? And then your motive, seeker, an inability to commit to a path once found. I think you've come off your path. I think that's what this is saying, because the guide in the light would be representing the nature of the divine in life and in yourself. This, oh, interesting. This, to me, this is also like a hermit card, right? Like really looking within ourselves here. You may have stepped out. You may need to spend some hermit time here. Like that's a possibility too. You may need to spend some hermit time here to really look deeply within yourself and to find some answers. Because this feels like to me, you're off your path because you're not hermiting. That's another way I'm going to look at that. You're off your, this is definitely someone who's off their path, the seeker in the shadow. So if it's almost like if you didn't find the answer you liked, well, then you're going to keep going until you get the answer you like. But that doesn't mean it's the right answer, right? Because if you put the seeker in the light, you're going to find the wisdom and the truth wherever they happen to be. Thirst for wisdom and truth wherever they are. So yeah, that feels like coming off your path because you're looking in another direction, or you're refusing to look at something internally here. And the motives are directed towards this. Okay, so this poet in the shadow, that could also feel like turning something lyrical into negative and destructive. It's almost kind of like what you tell yourself too. It could be like what you tell yourself, right? You're telling yourself something negative here, but it's not true. Because this is all reversed, so you're not... I feel like you are meant to be doing some sort of self-reflection right now. There could be something that... There could be an answer down a road, but you don't like the road. Or that's not the... It feels like it could be the answer you don't want. And I don't know what it is. Right? That, yeah, that's, you know, we all get those at some point. And it's like, fuck, I don't know. But... Because this feels like telling yourself something that's untrue. Okay, I think I understand your energy well now. Now your friend is very fascinating because your friend is negotiating in the shadow. Could your friend, oh, okay. The person who is not your friend right now is somebody who's enabling you, okay? We got that. That's not your friend, the person who's enabling you, because this feels very like somebody's enabling you. This is somebody who wants to share. I love sharing. Here, take some of this. But maybe it's like, maybe you don't need, that's not the best thing for you right now. You might not, the best thing for you may not be to have someone who's just free and loving and I'm going to share. I'm going to share everything I have with you. There's some sort of romantic notion that it'll help heal you. It'll help the ouch. Okay? Now I'm getting it. Because the friend is someone who wants to serve with a truly free and loving heart. That's their motive. And they are negotiating with an ulterior motive, though. I feel like it might be to help you. So the friend, so here's the other thing. Whoever the friend is could be someone who feels like, well, they're not really, this person is not helping me. They're not helping me. It actually feels like they're being kind of detrimental to me, as opposed to someone else here who's just giving you whatever you want to hear, agreeing to whatever you're saying. But what you're saying isn't right. This is a really like, a food for thought reading, isn't it? Because there's someone here that on the surface would seem like, yeah, that's what I need right now. I need someone that has something to give to me. I'm feeling depleted. I need to hear, you know what? That's what I want to hear. I want to hear exactly what that person is saying. That makes me feel good. And this person, right, they're coming with some sort of romantic notion to heal the ouch. But that's showing up is that's not good for you. That's good for you. That's not good for you. Because there's someone here who really, really does, to some degree, like, that's what confused me here. I'm like, to have this as a motive, this is like, I am free to do this, and I do this out of the love of my heart for you. Okay? This person, and I'm going to say this, the person who's coming up as your friend is not going to be feeling like the supportive one right now. It's the person that's feeding into the storyline you want to believe that is not your friend. I'm going to guess that whoever the real friend is, they probably got air energy in them. Probably just like pop right off and tell you. That's not true. I have a Gemini friend and she'll tell we don't really go out anymore. We just get together and eat dinner at each other's houses. But back in the day when we were younger, we might go out to a restaurant or something like that. And if we're all getting ready in the same house, she would just look and she would go, "You are not going wearing that." And she would say it to like our Libran friend. She'd be like, "What are you talking about? I like this." You're like, "You look terrible. You can't go out in that." And then she'd look at us and be like, "Well, yeah, it doesn't look good." But what, right? So then we made sure she looked good when she was going out. So that's like, you might not like to hear that. And I want to say, I feel like something's pushing on your Venus energy, because this could be something like the way I described. Oh, isn't that interesting? I included a Libra in that scenario because they're also Venus. And it would be like, I want to feel good about myself. Well, you're not going to look good going out like that. It's like, turn around, look in the mirror, look at that, look at that. Like, it looks okay. Okay, I'm going to take a picture. Do you ever do that? You see something in the mirror, looks okay. And then you take a picture of it and you're like, oh. No. Good. Yeah, you're right. Thanks. Okay. The friend is someone. Okay, so here's the thing. If we go with that scenario, I want to say, okay, there's two people in the room with you, and you're getting ready to go out. And there's something that you wear, maybe this is the truth that you have in your head every time you go out. And it looks terrible. It looks terrible. It's not you. That's not what. But this friend is like, if they could just go out, I just want them to have more confidence, maybe. I just want Taurus to feel happy and loved. I just want them to feel loved. And then, so I'm gonna tell them what they want to hear. I'm gonna stroke that Venus energy. I'm gonna stroke it for them. And then they'll feel, they'll get better. They'll get better on their own. It's a romantic notion. It's not going to work. And it's so, right, that you come out of the room and you're dressed in that outfit. And it's almost like I would say that the who's coming across as your friend has probably said something before. They've probably said something before, but what they've done now is they ain't saying anything, because this goes beyond that. This goes beyond telling you the truth. This goes beyond like putting something in your face and tricking you and manipulating you to see it. This is like they've put mirrors all over the room. They put mirrors all over the hallway. So you walk and you got one here and you got one here, and you see everything from every angle. And you're like, why would they do that? Why would they make me feel bad about myself? That's what this is. That's what this reading is. This person is doing it from, so think about that. The difference of, okay, somebody might, just because they're loyal to you. That's the other thing. If somebody's just like loyal to you, and if we're loyal to someone, we often want to maintain that loyalty. So this person might be afraid that if they tell you the truth, like the foe, if they tell you the truth, they might think, well, that's it for this relationship. Delight in serving others with a free and loving heart. The friend is trying to manipulate you to see something. And I feel like, honestly, I don't feel like you would be recognizing them as your friend. I feel like these would be flipped. Like if you were going to sit down and you were going to do this reading and you could manipulate, you could move it, I'm sure you would take the energy that is appearing as your foe and you would slip it into the friend category and go, no, that's the person who's sharing with me, who is telling me how much they care. Their motives are all about, it's fantastical. It's not real. I don't know. Because the foe is trying to be real with you. And right now, you need that. I'm going to say it. I'm not going to shift you in this reading. I want to honor it because Spirit has a message. And right now, you need the person who's going to tell you the truth, no matter how much it hurts or whatever. Because there's something that you're not looking at. You are refusing to look at the road that is the answer to the question that you seek, right? You flipped it all around. You're hermit, you're focusing on the outside world. You're focusing on the road that you want to see. You're not telling yourself the truth. Here's another way of looking at this. Let's say this is something romantic. Let's say this is something romantic between you, and let's say there's someone that you have strong feelings for, and then there's another person you're like, okay. The person who is, now I got it. This is a lot of flip flop. Okay, the person who you might have the strong feelings for is likely the person who is rejecting you, or this person is not participating in the game, or not, I want to say the game. I don't mean like you're a player, not like that, like whatever. There is a game going on here though. If you're telling yourself something that's not true, because your ego's playing a game with you and it's taking you off your path. As I said, right? I'm sure in this reading that you would flip these. Right? Like if we could do that. Because there could be someone here who's also giving you attention and it's like, well, that's not the attention that I want, right? Did I say that right? Oh, yes, yeah. It's the person, your real enemy right now is the person that is stroking your ego. Stroking your Venus. That's it. That's the real enemy. The person who is stroking your Venus. Because it might, right? Like it feels good. And then by doing that, you can avoid facing the ego because you're leaning into something that feels good, right? Like if I think of my little dog Lily, if she hurts herself, she goes into, like she'll lick her feet. It's like a self-soothing. Or if a child is tired or cranky, they'll suck their thumb. And take like they may not be able to sleep right now or whatever else is ailing them, and they'll just suck. So they focus on the thumb sucking. That's this reading. That is really fascinating. What's at the bottom? Oh, wow. Judge in the upright and Prince in the shadow. Judge, balancing justice and compassion, managing the fair distribution of power, and then Prince in the shadow, using power for self-aggrandizement. I feel like I feel like you already have an answer to a question here with the Judge. Because you really are, your motive is to go down the wrong path. I'm going to go do the extended. In the extended, and I love you guys to death. No, right? Actually, I'm trying to come through right now a little bit more like the friend that you would see as the foe. Okay? And maybe Spirit tricked us. Maybe Spirit tricked us to get you to listen to this and go, oh, right? Yeah. But the longer you go down the road that isn't yours, the longer it takes to get back. So I'm going to go do the extended, Taurus. And in the extended, I'm going to ask, well, what is the unexpected coming towards you? What is the unexpected coming towards your friend? Remember, the friend might be someone that you perceive as an enemy right now or not supporting you. And what is the unexpected coming towards your foe, which I think is someone that you would see as like in favor of you, yeah, helping you. Yeah. I'm going to be honest. I feel like who's coming up as the foe in this reading that I see as someone that you see as your friend. I'm not going to say they're not your friend. I'm just going to say that that is not what you need to hear right now. And that's right. Like the thing that you need to hear in whatever area of your life it is coming from the person that you feel like is not telling you what you want to hear. So I'm going to go do that extended. There are 2 options for the extended in the description if you would like to follow me there. Thank you so much, bovine babies. Until next time, be gentle with yourselves. Bye.